Are you recording it? Okay, so anyone late can catch up on this recording. And we'll do intros after Rodolfo, so that means that everyone will be here, hopefully. So I'm going to pass you over to our guest speaker, which is Rodolfo
Thank you, Ross.
From the Young Trustees Movement.
Thank you. Steve, could you enable screen sharing, please? And then you won't just be hearing me talk about it, but I'll keep it quite brief. And there we go. There you go. Can you all see this? Fab. Hopefully it's on the screens. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here. So my name is Rodolfo, and I'm the Young Trustees Movement Ambassador for Yorkshire and Humber. So today I'm going to talk to you. Let me just move my camera so I don't. So today I'm going to talk to you about our the Young Trustees Movement, what we are, what we do, and more importantly, how we can get involved. I think, you know, there's a lot of talk about going back to normal, but I think when it comes to charity governance, what is normal is not really okay. And so as we recover, we really need to build a new normal. And trustees are volunteers. And I think that one of the things that we don't do enough is talk about, as a sector, is talk about trusteeship as volunteering. I think too often we put the legal and financial responsibilities of the role and kind of make it these kind of special, you know, also important roles. It's quite different from volunteering. And I think, so I really welcome the opportunity to talk to you, you know, to this group of volunteers managers, because I think there's a huge opportunity that you guys can help us out with. So hopefully by the end of the session, you'll know about what we do in the Young Trustees Movement, and you'll know and want to get involved. So who are we? So the Young Trustees Movement is a group of people of young trustees, aspiring young trustees, charity leaders, allies that all believe that you know, young people under 30s have got a role to play on charity boards. And the movement fundamentally exists to double the number of young trustees by 2024. That's our big headline aim. And we're hosted and powered by the Social Change Agency in London. And part of the movement, we've got a network of ambassadors up and down the country. You can see it on the screen, all my fellow ambassadors. And so I cover Yorkshire and Humber, and I think I've got the largest patch currently, which is brilliant. So why do we matter? I mean, it's no secret that board diversity is an issue, you know, and you've got the headlines, the quite dire figures on the screen. But really, the key one is that fewer than 3% of trustees are aged under 30. And, you know, there's about, what, 700,000 trustees in England and Wales? That's a lot of people making a lot of decisions for a lot of us, where, you know, youth and actually more diverse voices aren't nowhere to be seen. And that's not really okay, and we're here to change that. We also recognize that whilst the movement has got age as a priority, you know, we're not just our ages, and certainly young people don't sit on boards just for their age. And so we're really building a holistic movement to take action across everything, and we recognize that you know, everyone brings a lot more to the table wherever they do. So why? You know, we're talking, but you know, there are benefits, and we know that intergenerational perspectives enable better decision making. A lot of these arguments you'll be familiar with as volunteer managers: why people should volunteer, what employers get out of it, and the benefits to charities. But I think particularly for charity boards, it's all about that, you know, diverse boards enable you to navigate uncertainty, enable you to better manage and take risks. You know, you're future-proofing, you're delivering your charity mission, and you're really investing in the leadership of the sector. I was appointed to my first trusteeship when I was 24, of Freedom Studios, a theatre company in Bradford. Hopefully you'll heard of them. And I've had a brilliant experience. I'm still on the board, and I've just and because I had a brilliant experience, I've just joined my second board of East Street Arts in Leeds, and actually, trusteeship really is something that I want to carry on doing. And I know that in 10, 20 years time, when I join another board, I'll be a much better trustee. And I think there's a real role that the entire sector can play here in the long term and investing in that pipeline. Just like we invest in our pipeline of volunteering, and young people as volunteers have great experience, they'll carry on volunteering, really. So I'm here to help starting the conversation, because we know that young people want to be trustees, but they just don't know how. They don't know about it. They don't get started. So this research that back from 2019, 30% of those surveyed were already volunteers, and so there's a huge, incredible pipeline of young volunteers out there that could take that next step and volunteer on boards as well. And I think but they don't know how. And I think it's all about changing how we talk about trusteeship. And I think it's really making it an exciting volunteering opportunity. I think even just starting it by saying, you can you can also volunteer in this way. And I think selling the benefits, there's a real thing, trusteeship, like volunteering, brings you some really great benefits, help you develop all kinds of skills. And I think actually, particularly when you talk about employability benefits, I think trusteeship can really supercharge, the kind of decision-making, your leadership skills, your influencing, your risk management. That I know that I take with me to work. I've become much more confident at taking certain risks, at dealing with senior stakeholders in my day job. I'm a civil servant, by the way. And that's because actually I've before joining, I had like 5 years of trusteeship experience, where you're kind of quite senior. And so I really think that there's something about really selling those benefits to young people, and explaining that they too can take up these roles. And I think groups like you as volunteers managers are uniquely positioned to help us on this journey, actually, as you're signing posting volunteering opportunities to a huge number of people. And so I wanted to leave you with 3 ways that you could get involved. You could come to an event. We run a series of events, including a program of events called Champion Training, which is all about equipping people with the skills to drive change and articulate why board diversity matters and how it can be put into action. I should say that currently, because in summer we're taking a slight pause on the events, but look out for it restarting in autumn, and I'll probably let everyone know via Steve. For young people, we're really encouraging them to join our digital hub, which is an online community of aspiring and existing young trustees where they can meet other young trustees. I mean, certainly until I got involved in the movement, I didn't really know anyone else my age that was a young trustee. Well, a trustee under 30. Now suddenly I know loads, and I'm so great for that, because I can talk with other people that's got similar experiences, rather than feeling that I didn't know what to go and I'm alone in this kind of position. And if you happen to be, charities come in all shapes and sizes. So if you happen to be involved in trustees and volunteering in trustees recruitment at all, and you're interested in how we can make it more accessible and how we can engage young people, we've got a useful checklist of things to think about how to write. And we also offer a platform to advertise trustee opportunities. So if you're involved in that, I would really recommend looking at that. And I've got loads of things to help you and to help everyone engage young people and charity boards with young trustees. So on our YouTube video channel, we've got loads of recordings of previous events and webinars from young trustees, charity leaders, about how to get on a board, what it's all about, what skills you need, how to find one, or if you're a charity, how to get your board on side, and why it all matters. And we also have a blog with loads of case studies. Hopefully you'll find quite inspirational case studies of how other young people, manage to get their trusteeships and what they're doing, and also like explainers about key skills, because I mean, it can be quite daunting, board papers, reading budgets, financial skills. If I don't know any of this, do you even have a place on the board? Totally. So we're developing more and more explainers to help people kind of understand actually what it's all about, and really recognizing that boards and trustees don't have all the answers. They're there to ask questions. They're there to find a way forward. So you definitely have a place on. So that was a very speedy introduction to the movement, what we are, and what we've got out there to help you and hopefully encourage you to get involved. I'm really conscious I sped through it, but I really wanted to leave some time if there's any burning questions, or otherwise, you've got my email on the screen, and I'll share this via Steve, so you can get in touch as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me, and do let me know if there's any burning questions you want to know more, if you want me to go over any particular bits.
Oh, thank you, Rodolfo. I'll just let you finish sharing your screen.
Yes.
Does anyone? It's okay. Does anyone have any questions for Rodolfo at this time? Don't be shy. Just unmute yourself and speak. It's okay. If you've got anything to ask, that was quite a lot of information.
That was quite a lot of information. I realised that I will send the slides.
Thank you.
Actually, has any of you either heard about the scheme or engaged the scheme, the movement, or engaged movement before? That's fine. I've got one. Mary, is that a hand up, Mary? Or is that a yes, you've heard about them before? Great. I mean, it's a really young movement. We're only in our second/third year. So it's not really a surprise. And it's only the second year of the ambassador network. And the previous ambassador, the first one, I mean, they got in post and then COVID hit, and actually the Yorkshire one was based down in Sheffield. So she kind of focused in South Yorkshire. I'm obviously based in, well, I live in York, but used to live in Leeds. But I'm connected to Bradford through Freedom Studios. So I've got a particularly keen interest of linking up with the rest of the region. So I'm kind of focused on, everyone from Bradford all the way to Hull, and giving this side of the region a bit more love.
Great. I wonder if I'll probably ask you. I'll send you an email as well. We have usually a volunteering week, and I wondered if you would come and talk to the students about what you do.
Yeah.
Would you be able to give presentations and things? It's just
yes.
We have quite a lot of management and law students that are always looking for interesting things to do that are like this kind of thing, and it's about communicating that message, and especially if because going into trusteeship is a little bit daunting for people, because they feel like they're going into top level management of something that they, like you said, the jargon and what all the different things are. they probably might feel that they're totally underskilled. But if there's some support, like you're saying with the hubs, where there's where support network for this kind of thing for young people, so they're not feeling completely alone, I think that's a bit of a game changer, because that makes it then that they can have a bit of confidence to apply and back themselves a bit, because they've got all this network behind them. So if you'd be willing to come and talk to the management students, I think you'd definitely get a few ears pricking up.
That's brilliant. I think you're totally right. I mean, Bradford is what, the third, fourth youngest city in the country. I mean, the amount of talent that is in the city that charities, should be making use of. Young people there, digital is this, charities talk about digital skills. Like the current cohort of under 30s are all digital natives. They understand it like that. Charities, you talked about law students and management students. Charities talk about, having lawyers on the board and having accountants on the board. And actually, why do you need someone that runs an accounting firm or law firm? Why don't you get a really talented young at the start of their career? I mean, if they're doing it, they're being paid for it for clients, they can do it for your charity. And anyway, you already got an accountant doing the job. You just need governance over it. So I think it's really, I think something really important is going that young people, it's not just because they're young, particularly once towards the end of the scale, your skills. So, you're a lawyer, you're an accountant, you're whatever you may be. I realize I put like 2 quite defined professions right there. But you're so many things, even before you get to your age. And I think articulating that is really important. So yes, please do. Let's talk more about how we can talk to those groups.
Okay.
Am I okay to ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Rodolphe. I'm Jaisha and I work for Henry. It was a really, a big, massive presentation, a lot to digest and a lot to think about, which I will constantly be doing today. But yeah, it's lovely. I've not heard of it before, but lovely. Just thinking what Ross said, more on the back of that is, what was the age range? So is it 16 to 30-year-olds, or was it 18 to 30-year-olds?
So the movement focuses on 18 to 30-year-olds as a demographic, because for trusteeship, there are legal implications before you're 18. So I think in certain situations, you can be 16 and 17, but it all becomes quite complicated with insurance and things like that. So once you hit the 18, you can, it's just like everyone else. You're a trustee like any other. So, and the other thing to consider is that a lot of this, and is applicable to not just 18 to 30-year-olds, but actually to just bringing diverse voices, other voices to boards, whether that be more women, whether that be from migrant backgrounds, from non-white backgrounds, from lower income backgrounds, because actually we know what the average trustee looks like.
Yeah, I just thought with regards to target audience, like Roz mentioned, with the uni students and law students, looking at other ways of trying to bring telling them about your organization and spreading the word, sort of thing. Would be maybe looking at youth clubs, even like youth clubs, or maybe even colleges and stuff, working with colleges. You have 18-year-olds doing A-levels or sixth forms, and just even, when they have a little bit like a careers day or career week. I don't know if that's something, when I'm showing my age now, where they used to have them. I don't know if they still have them things, but where you have a career day, or you get advisors coming in telling you about certain organizations. Maybe something like that you could tap into, just to let the young people know that you're there and that something like this exists, because I do think it's quite inspiring, and them to have these skills are so important.
No, I think you're totally right. I think one of the key challenge is that as a sector, we talk about, we need more trustees. We need more diverse trustees. But about what, 70% of trustees are still recruited by word of mouth. Like, we don't change how we talk about it. We advertise in the same old places, if we advertise at all. And I think, and this is why really I wanted to come and talk to you, because as volunteer managers, you talk with loads of organizations locally about volunteering. And I really wanted to help put trusteeship as a volunteering option, so that you can, so that hopefully you can, when you talk, you also flag that actually you could be, you know, and volunteering, you can volunteer in all manners of ways. And here's one that you should explore. And so, you know, like, volunteering is not for everyone, not everyone will be interested, but everyone should know that if they are interested. So yeah, there's loads, like, everyone's got a part to play, definitely.
That's really helpful, Adolfo. I think signposting any young people towards you, considering it's quite a new movement, it's really helpful to know that you exist. If any young people that are volunteers or even mention wanting to be in charge of something or having a say, it's really useful to know that there's a network to support them now. And that's the key change, really. That's the message, isn't it?
Will we get an email for Rudolph? Will we get an email sent to us?
Yes, I will share the presentation. And I've also got, and I'll share something else that I've got, which I sent to Steve, so that he can circulate around the group after this.
Brilliant.
But everyone's got everything, because I just threw a lot of information your way.
That's perfect. Yeah, brilliant. I'll share it around the mailing list, so we've all got the slides and we can refer to it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me and hearing me out, and welcome to the movement. If there's any questions, you know, do follow up on the email. And sorry that I've got to dash. I squeezed this in between, like, my working day. You know, as you know, volunteering, you know what it's like. So thank you so much. Hope you have a brilliant week, and thank you.
Thank you, Rodolfo. Thank you. Really excellent. Nice to meet you. See you.
Nice to meet you all. Bye.
Right, that was good. We just, for the new people who came, thank you for coming. We put a presentation at the beginning because Rodolfo had to go back to work. We thought we'd just do, now we're going to do a little hello, but it's going to be the quickest hello known to man, because we want to stick to time if we can this week. So if we can just say hello and just where you're from, and that will be grand. That's the owner. So I'll start. Hi, I'm Ros. I'm from the University of Bradford Students' Union Volunteering Centre. Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve from Bradford Volunteer Centre.
Liz Turner.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm from Family Action Perinatal Support Service.
Oh, hi Liz. Mary. Hi Mary.
I am Mary Hamilton from the Community Action Ilkley office.
Hi, Tom is next.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm from the Coroner's Court Support Service.
Welcome, Tom. Tim, hello.
Hiya, I'm Tim. I'm from Centrepoint Youth Homelessness Charity, but also representing St John Ambulance as well, because that's my voluntary role.
Lovely. Jaisha.
Hi, I'm Jaisha. I'm from Henry.
Thank you. Welcome. Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi there, Charlotte. I'm from Ilkley Good Neighbours Shop Assist Scheme.
Hi, Charlotte. Welcome. Hi, Sonia.
Hello. Hi. Sorry I'm late. Museums like Bradford, libraries, museums and galleries.
Thank you. Welcome. Lamise. Hi, Lamise. Are you there?
Yeah, hi. Sorry about the no video today. Lamise Toon, volunteer manager at Victim Support.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Nice to hear your voice. Not see you. Peter, hello. Are you there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Peter Kemp from Citizen Coin.
Hi, welcome, Peter. Thank you for coming again. Looking forward to your presentation in a little while. Lovely. I'm going to do a quick update on what we've been doing, and then I'll hand over to Peter. What we've been doing. The students we're broken up for summer now, and we've just done our volunteering awards. I'm glad Tim's here. We had community UBU student volunteer of the year was a fantastic young lady called Hafsa, and she'd done nearly 200 hours of volunteering with Centrepoint, and she'd done all sorts of amazing stuff, and it was all just on Zoom, isn't it, Tim? It's all just been
it's completely been remote, yeah. And she started with us on the summer experience program from the university, and then just kind of stuck around basically. Yeah.
So you haven't actually met in person, is that right? You're just doing everything.
No, I have actually met her in person
Have
because
you?
I handed a mobile phone over to her because she was using that as part of volunteering. So I have actually met her briefly in person at a distance of 2 meters, of course.
Yeah. But that's wonderful. So so we're very happy to give that award to Hafsa, and well done Centrepoint for supporting such an excellent volunteer. And we've given out 52 awards this year for volunteering in the community. And that's every single student's done at least 15 hours of volunteering. A lot of them have done a lot more than that, and that's the basic requirement. So thank you for everyone that supported those students, whoever you are. We've got 821 students on our system, registered on system at the moment, and we've had about 150 role applications by students since December, so things are still ticking over. A lot of the worry was that COVID would completely flatten volunteering, and actually it's just completely changed the shape of it. So it's been good to be able to adapt. We've worked with the council, we've worked with Steve, a volunteer in Bradford, and offer the roles that students want. Sorry, my voice isn't working today. So it's been a really interesting semester trying to adapt around the new situation. We've had lots of offers of help from students, and they've been really active, especially with the vaccination roles and the COVID roles. That's it. We've got about 1,500 people on our mailing list, for that opt-in mailing list, and we're hoping that in Freshers Week we're going to improve that number, because we missed Freshers Week last year, so we're going to add a lot more. So we're looking forward to September. So if anybody has any opportunities that they want, or projects that are starting in September that would be good for students to join, let me know. We've had a few little software issues, but we're hoping to work those out over summer. And thank you for bearing with us if that's affected you. But despite all that, we think we've done all right. I'm not here for a lot of the summer, but I will be reachable on email, but I'm not going to be regularly in the office because of childcare. So I'll be back the first week of September. But I'll be in and out. I'll be able to respond to emails. It just might be very sort of intermittent, but I'll put an out of office reply on. Also, if you know of anyone who's looking for volunteers in the Bradford area, please just signpost them to myself and or Steve, especially me. And we'll be able to sign them up to our system and get students pointed to them, especially if they work with young people or children, or anything in schools or any mentoring. So just keep your ears out if anything turns up, even if it's a little organisation. If they just need some young people to help, just let me know. I'm really grateful for that. And that's it. I'll hand over now. Thank you for listening to my little update. Makes me feel wanted when you can hear me. I'll hand over now to Peter if he's ready. He's going to talk about Citizen Coin and an update on Citizen Coin and how that's going.
Okay, thanks, Roz. Unfortunately, I've been scrapping like mad to get my camera working, and I'm having no fun. I think Steve's probably, or someone's had to readmit me to the meeting at least 3 or 4 times. Sorry, Steve. But my camera won't work. That's not necessarily the worst thing on a Monday morning, but for you lot anyway. But look, so I think what I'll do is I'll start by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to listen to this and give everyone an update on Citizen Coin. I'll share my screen. And then at least we're looking at something. What I'll share my screen to is the Citizen Coin platform. So the Citizen Coin platform is, first of all, Steve sent out some information. Did anyone, if you could do this by show of hands, that would be marvellous. Did anyone sign up to the platform? Okay, that's a resounding not many to very few. From what I can see. That's cool. That's cool. What I want to do at the end of this, my aim for this is to get everyone on board Citizen Coin. So I suppose we can start with what is it? Okay, I'll go back to here. So Citizen Coin is a mechanism for rewarding voluntary work, for rewarding volunteers, for rewarding people who are training, for rewarding people in education, and for rewarding people in their health journeys. We did a very soft, it's a mechanism which we've actually been working on now for over 5 years. We're into about £300,000 worth of research, development and tech development. Our aim with this project is that the VCS and health organisations and educationalists get on board as a mechanism to reward their participants in the form of citizen coins, and the participants, volunteers, whoever they may be, are then able to exchange their discount tokens via a mobile phone app at local retailers for discount of goods and services. So that's the overall principle of it. The website is at, this is currently funded by Bradford City Council and Bradford for Everyone. The website to be able to register and see what's going on is bradford.citizencoin.uk, and the mobile phone app is at, if you search for it on either Android or on iPhone, just look for Citizen Coin and you'll find it there. So just a brief synopsis of how we got to this point. I know I've only got 20 minutes. I promise I'll be on time, Steve. The current situation for Citizen Coin Bradford. Bradford is the first region that we've launched this particular product in. We're on a trial product in Hull and one in Eindhoven in the Netherlands to do a test and learn process. We're now rolling this out in Bradford. We're now funded for year 2 also. So we will go to the end of the end of December 22, which is nice. Our current situation in Bradford is rewarding agencies which do great stuff, which is most of the people on this call right now, and have lots of people who volunteer for them and contribute to the wider community. We on this network, we consider those as rewarding agencies. They are the really boring title of delivery partners, but I think rewarding agencies more accurate. And also I'll give you an update on where we are with retailers. So we started in December. We did a very, very quiet launch in tier 4 lockdown on a mechanism which half of it relies on retailers for rewarding individuals. We started onboarding our delivery partners or rewarding agencies. We now, since December, have 31 agencies on board. Volunteer in Bradford are one of those and have been really helpful in this process and a really nice advocate, which has been lovely. Here are some of them that we currently have on. It covers the whole of Bradford district, not just Bradford Central. It's really important that the whole of the district is included in this. We also have, we now have from April, April we had 7 retailers on board. We now have 77 retailers onboarded. So your participants can get discount offers across the whole region, from retailers offering discount off haircuts, meals, cafe stuff, mobile phone repairs. There's some really nice, there's plant shops on there, some fruit and veg places, a whole range of places. So, as I say, we soft launched in December. We've got 31 agencies at the moment on board, rewarding agencies. We want more. The idea is that every rewarding agency across the Bradford district would like on board. I suppose it's a really nice mechanism for saying thank you to all the volunteers and all the people who've participated. For those who don't actually want a reward, which is quite high actually, who aren't that keen on getting a reward, the beauty of them actually receiving a reward gives you a record of your outputs, of who attended what activities, when they completed the activity, and that process. And for the rewarding agency, it gives some kind of indication of the activity that's gone on by rewarding these individuals. The individuals that, although they end up with discount tokens, citizen coins in this situation, they also have something which we feel is actually of more value, which is they end up with a social CV. So within their wallet on the platform, I'll just show you that. The individuals, this is a wallet that each of the individuals have. So it provides a record. All the incoming, all the green arrows is where you've been rewarded. All the red arrows is where you've spent your coins at retail. So this here ends up, this list here from a volunteer's point of view ends up becoming a social CV of all the activity you've undertaken outside of paid work, which is really quite cute. In mine cheats a bit. I've got 69 citizen coins currently. That's because I do lots of demonstrations and I get paid for demonstrations. And so far I've saved £236 since December. One of those was a really big hit. It was £200 for a discount off a mobile phone. So that's what the individual ends up with. The system is really straightforward to use. You have this tab here if you join, or when you join, should I say, and from here you can create and manage activities. So we have an activity by an agency, which is Bradford Libraries and Museums, and I see Sonia on there. So at the moment they can see that they've got 3 applicants here, and from here they can approve their applicants or reject them at this stage. They have the ability to email individuals or email groups with new messages, contact messages, maybe a change of venue, maybe a change of time. It's very straightforward to use. The user experience on this has been really important to us. You also have a full transactional record of all the individuals you've paid or rewarded, the amount that they've been rewarded, and the date and time that they were rewarded as well. So you end up with a record of all the outputs for this platform. Our aim as an organisation, Bradford's the first. We've got Leeds City Council now wanting to come on board, which is lovely. We have Manchester have shown interest, Wakefield and Hull look as though they're going to come back on board as well, which is great. Our aim for this is to have this as a national product, a national app within the next 3.5 years from now. The first part is to cover the north of England. So that's our current situation. So I've kind of just speed talk there about lots of stuff. Do I have any questions at this stage?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Hi, Peter. My question is, if we wanted to become a rewarding agency, do we have to have a registered address in Bradford?
Do you do work in Bradford?
We do work in Bradford, yeah, but we don't have an office in Bradford as such.
No, you wouldn't have to have then. If your footprint goes into the Bradford region, the Bradford district, then yeah, you're more than welcome to join the platform. We'd love you on board.
Okay, thank you.
I was just going to ask about the practicalities of how many coins can you award somebody and how often, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a really good and fair question. So we're not prescriptive. We kind of suggest that the model would be for attendance, maybe for an online meeting like this, and someone getting involved in some training, 1 to 2 coins for that kind of participation, the initial expression of participation. For people physically turning up and volunteering or training and spending a few hours of their time, maybe 4 coins, 2 to 4 coins. For someone spending all day, maybe 8 coins. How often? Every time they do it, I suppose. Mm-hmm. So you only need to create an activity once. You can leave it open for a year, and you can reward your participants as and when they complete the activity.
So do we have to buy the coins as an organisation to give?
The beautiful part about all of this is it doesn't cost you a penny. It's all been paid for. It doesn't cost any agency a penny, unlike a lot of other software. It also doesn't cost the retailers a penny. All the money has been paid for through licenses at this stage to Bradford District Council. And as others join the network, the technology and the marketing and everything else will increase to suit, I suppose. So no, there's no cost at all. When you create an activity, there is a digital coin created for you at that point, so it's on demand. So if you said we've got an event going on, there's a clear up somewhere, it's going to take people 3 hours, we'll give them 4 coins for that, for half a day, and there's going to be 100 people turn up, that's what you post. The system will automatically create 400 coins for that particular activity. Does that make sense?
Sorry, is there a limit on coins per activity, or how many coins you can?
Yeah, there's not a limit. Well, sorry, you can reward up to 20 per activity. So that was totally wrong. There is a limit. And that will kind of be for exceptional stuff, really, if you're going to reward that heavily. But you can reward multiple times, individuals multiple times, and groups of people multiple times as well.
Can I ask a question about the retailers?
Yes.
So I'm just wondering how the retailers come on board, because, for example, we're in Bradford District as opposed to Bradford Central, so there's potentially not as many retailers yet in our area that would entice the volunteers. So I'm just wondering whether we have a role to canvass the retailers in our area to bring them on board, or whether that's something you do, or...
No, that's again, top question. We know the idea behind this. As an organisation, there are 3 of us. Okay, that's the core organisation. We have a tech company we work with 20 odd staff, and we work with Bradford Council and that network of people too. So we don't have a huge amount of people. The retailers who've got on board so far has been partly due to marketing, and partly because we had a guy on the ground called Usman, who initially went around the Bradford Central. This is since April. He's recruited 70 retailers since April, most of which have been in Bradford Central, but we have been out with little on canvassing days to Ilkley and Keighley, and we will probably dot other ones and go back to the more regional places over the summer period as well. We're building out the network, so everyone on this is really early on. The first part was to get the rewarding agencies on board, or a decent amount, so we could go to retailers and say, hey, look, we've got rewarding agencies on board who represent thousands of individuals. Would you mind giving an advert for discount to reward the people who've done all the great work across the district? That was the first part of the sell. But we aren't big enough to be able to afford expensive marketing drives and have bodies on the ground. So we're really relying on grassroots. Once we hit a critical mass, on grassroots saying, hey, look, and we ran this exercise when we did a trial in this over in Hull, where there was a school involved, and we're going to start onboarding schools from September next year across the district, where the school created an activity, a basic survey, said what would be your top 10 retailers. So the students put in what would be their top 10 retailers, whichever came to the top. The school approached those retailers with the students, and every single one onboarded, because it was a really simple message. You're hitting your local community, you're hitting people in this postcode, you're hitting 1,200 families who would like to trade with you. And the retailers were lovely. Every single one came on board, and there were everything, with it being students up to 17 years old. It was 13 to 17 years old. There was really funky burger places on there, and there was a grooming place, a pet grooming place called Pampered Pets, and there was another place, a second-hand games place. So it's very much up to communities to approach retailers. We've got flyers, we've got digital stuff, we've got explainer videos that we can send out that retailers can be issued. We also have explainer videos for all the rewarding agencies to come on board to show them how to operate the system and manage the system. And we also run online tutorials to give support as well, live tutorials, which hopefully are a bit of fun too.
So would you be able to sort of currently do Zoom talks to like business forums or bid groups, things like that?
I'd absolutely love to do that. Yeah, I really would. I was with Johnny Noble again in Bradford last week. They have got another campaign, another app that they're running at the moment, which from their larger registered businesses, it creates a bit of an issue for them. But for more independent businesses, then they're going to push that out. But we'd love to tap into those kind of forums. That would be absolutely ideal. Do you have any of those forums?
Yeah, there's a couple in Ilkley, so I'll suggest that they get in contact with you.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, that would be absolutely marvelous. If you and I could have a separate conversation, that'd be great too. Okay.
Anyone got any more questions? Sorry, Peter. Anyone got any more questions for Peter? You've got 5 minutes actually, Peter. That was very slick. That was
Well, yeah, it's quite complex. I mean, I think that there's two drives to this, okay, which we know from experience is how it works. So we've onboarded 31 agencies since December. That's fantastic, rewarding agencies, brilliant. But that's mainly the management team. So that was the first part. The second part was for them to be encouraged to get their volunteers on board, is to find some retailers where they can actually access the discounts. As you can see, there's 41 offers at the platform at the moment. When people go up, there's one, a coffee at Bread and Roses, 50 pence. It's normally £2.90 for a coffee. It's absolutely delicious. So you save £2.40 for one of your citizen coins. So the next part was to get retailers on board, which we have. So we've got a decent amount of retailers on board with a real range of offers, if you like. And so there's go-karting places coming on board soon. There's school uniform shops on there already. There's going to be play centres, more of those coming on board. There's some sports places already on board for giving discounts, as well as your sort of your hotels and your cafes and yeah, your small outlets, small clothes outlets, that kind of thing. We also have an agreement now from Bradford City Council, so their sports and leisure and culture are now on board, and from later this month, early next month, they're going to start offering discount right across the board for entry into gymnasiums, entry into swimming pools, merchandise there within, entry to for theatre tickets, and lots of tourism activity as well. So there's going to be so that discount offer is becoming wider. So it's not a begging bowl, really. I was going to say my begging bowl. It's not. For the agencies that are currently on there, we really need you now to drive your volunteers to the platform and start rewarding them as a part of a culture. Culture shift is really difficult within organisations. Apps pop up all the time and disappear. So it's part of our job is to persuade that. And I suppose, why would you not want to do it? Why would you not want to reward your volunteers? Why would you not want to give them a social CV? For the younger ones trying to develop career paths or trying to develop education paths, in fact, the older ones, not just the younger ones. So it's about geeing this sector back up as well as pushing the retail to make sure there's enough on board. We're really delighted with how far we are. We're way ahead of target, which is fantastic when you consider we've been through what we've been through for the last year. We're really, really pleased. But we just want to reinforce that, and the stronger this becomes, the more funding we can attract, the better we can make it. The better the back end can become, so it produces more reporting for agencies like yourself who do great stuff.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Does anyone have any other questions for Peter before we move on?
Could I just ask if the volunteers, do they just sign up themselves, or would we have to input like details and things in the background?
No, ideally, if they've got enough, if your volunteers have got enough digital skills to be able to set up a Facebook account, then they should be able to join the app. So it would be a case of you saying, look, join this app, and then we can reward you. What happens then is you post an activity. If I go back to the dashboard, look, I created one today. So if anyone had the app, they could have signed up for. So I just created this today. You sign up for the activity. That's what they would do. There's a pre-qualifier, and this one, it must be from the Volunteers Network. Okay. It looks like this on your mobile phone too. Sign up complete, and it says pending. Oh, can't you? Oh, I did all that. I can't do it again. Sorry. What a duffer.
It's all right.
Okay, let me just have a look. Share screen. Okay. So, okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So here's an activity. So you create an activity which appears on there with your own volunteers. You say, hey, look, get yourself signed up for this activity. Here's one I created this morning. It takes honestly 5. Steve, how long does it take? Steve, you listening? It takes 5 minutes to set this up. You import a picture, you put what you wanted, Citizen Coin Bradford, this is the Volunteers Network, this is for this meeting, and a Citizen Coin, meetings via Zoom, available space is 300, I'm always optimistic. Duration 20 minutes, I'm nearly at the end of that. The prerequisite must be from the Volunteers Network, so we can't reward anybody who isn't join this particular meeting. And I've signed up already, so it says my condition here is pending. And so through the dashboard, I can get rewarded by manage activities. And then sorry, I'm just searching for it. Volunteers Network. I didn't spell that right, didn't I?
Just one more minute, Peter, please.
Okay, well, I won't spend forever on that then. So yeah, the idea is that first of all, you sign up as individuals if you've not signed up already. That's the only way in. You then pop us an email saying, hey, look, we'd like our organisation to be signed up as well. What we do then is because from a safeguarding point of view, we need to check organisations who sign up. I know everybody on board this one, by the way, is absolutely fine, but I mean in general. So we make sure they're valid Pucker organisations before they start posting activities. It takes us 2 minutes to get you on board. We'll train you on using the platform if you want personal training. If you want, we've got video tutorials as well that'll take you through it. It's really not that complicated. So that's the process, really.
So are you saying that for all of us that attended today, we'd get a coin if we signed up then?
If you come and click that, you actually get 2 coins for signing up in the first place, for joining the network. That's your first piece of positive social activity through the platform. There's a very small demographic survey in there as well that literally takes about a minute, less than, to complete. Drop-down boxes, and you can put rather not say. You get another 2 coins for doing that. You could sign up for this activity if you sign up for the activity that we're doing now, which I've just seen on the screen, then I go in and I can reward you, and you'll all be rewarded today. It's a really simple process, and I can see who has and hasn't. So if you would all please download the app or go through the website and sign up for it, you'll start to get more of a feel for how this works. It's really straightforward to use. That we spent a lot of resource on what's called UX, which is user experience stuff. Like I say, we're well over £300 into there. Yeah, we are well over £300, well over £300,000 so far spent on this, and more to come, a lot more to come. So yeah. So please sign up, have a look, and if you make contact with us through the email, we'll set you up as a rewarding agency.
Lovely, thank you. Could you unshare your screen, please?
Yeah, it's saying new share there. What's it mean there? Oh, stop share there.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone
Thank
got
you.
any final questions? Steve, yes. Steve.
Just a couple of things. I was listening, Peter. I was on mute though, so I was shouting at the screen and you couldn't hear me. Yeah. Just to reiterate, I mean, it is really, really simple and straightforward. I'm not an IT person, and it's like minutes to sign up. The other thing, I don't know, people might want to consider, is I was talking to Bradford District Care Trust a couple of weeks ago about Citizen Coin, and what they've decided to do is use it as part of the volunteers induction process. So the volunteers sign up, go through the induction process, and as part of that, they then get signposted to Citizen Coin and register in that way. So it kind of becomes part of your volunteer system.
Cool.
Thank you everyone. I think we're a little bit more, I feel like that was a good update. Thank you, Peter. We're a little bit more enlightened now how it works and things. And
no, thank you.
Some good progress.
No, it's great progress. We're absolutely delighted with it. It's going really, really well. We're actually up for some awards already. It's superb. But thank you all for listening. Thank you. And please join.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, next up is Steve for a bit of an update on the Volunteering Centre Bradford.
A bit like you, Ros. I'm not sure I've got too much really. We'll get a newsletter out on Thursday, which will have this meeting recorded embedded in it, together with various other bits of news. So rather than reading things out to you, read the newsletter instead. But just to give you a couple of quick updates on some stuff we've been working on. I've kind of alluded to this before in previous meetings, but it looks like it's actually happening now. So the people can volunteer in Kite Mark, which I know there's people on this call who've achieved that. Looking at Tim, love your background, by the way, Tim.
Thank you.
So there's been a bit of a hiatus with that because we've had a couple of issues. One, we're not allowed to use the term kite mark anymore. And there's a number of other parts of the region who also facilitate volunteering kite marks, who are also having that same issue. So we're going to have to rebrand it as a volunteering quality mark. But whilst doing that, we're currently in the process of negotiating with colleagues in other parts of West Yorkshire, so Leeds, specifically Leeds, Calderdale, Kirklees, and Wakefield. I'm not sure about Wakefield, but certainly those three areas, about having a joint kite mark with a joint set of agreed quality standards. So the advantage of that would be organisations maybe like Victim Support, like Mind, who work across different local authority areas, rather than applying for different kite marks, they just go for one, which is a West Yorkshire wide kite mark. Got a meeting about that later next week. The kind of parameters around it have been agreed. So if things go to plan, there should be a relaunch in the autumn. So I guess watch this space. If you have the existing kite mark, we'll just transfer you over, presuming that you still have time attached to it and you haven't reached the end of your award period. So yeah, that's as much as I know about that at the moment. Other stuff, I'd be really interested to hear people's, those of you using our new recruitment site, I'm interested in hearing any feedback, both positive and negative. We've got over 150 opportunities live on there at the moment, so it'd be really useful to know what people think in terms of, I suppose some people who've had a lot of interest from volunteers will think it's brilliant, and those who've had none won't like it. But if there's the thing about it, if there's anything you want changed or you'd like to see done differently, I'd be really interested to know, get some feedback on that. One last thing, it was the annual award of the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service happened during Volunteers Week on June the 2nd. So I think it's worth highlighting a couple of groups from Bradford received the award. So that's Biazan and Bradford Moor and Play. So the next round of awards kind of starts now. You can start to nominate now and closes on the 15th of September. So it'd be good to get some more Bradford groups nominated if people know of any organisations who you think would warrant such award. I think that's it, as far as I'm concerned, Ross.
Super. Steve, the awards, could you send the details around in the newsletter for how to nominate organisations?
Yeah, no, all of that, all the stuff I've just talked about will go in the newsletter, which you'll get a copy of, Roz. So some of you will get it twice from both me and Roz. So apologies.
That's cool. That's all right. Anyone got any questions for Steve as he's here? Or me, in fact, as we're both here. Cool, that's fine. Charlotte had to go, which is fine. Yeah, go on.
I suddenly remembered one other thing, which I should have mentioned before. I'm not sure we'll get any takers, but it's worth a go. So I was asked by the council a couple of months ago now if we could pull together a cricket team to play the council's cricket team. So we're playing them, I think it's the 15th of July, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon, Old Bowling Cricket Ground. All the kit's provided, so you get your own COVID safe kit. Tea is provided. I'm probably a couple of bodies short, so it's a mixed team, any ability. I haven't played for 30 years, well, 20 years, so it's not, it won't be of the highest standard, it's just a bit of fun. So if anyone's interested and is free on that date, please let me know. Especially need a wicket keeper.
Okay, thank you. Anyone got good knees? They could do wicket keeping. You need good knees. Mary, did you have that sounds like fun. Mary, did you have a question?
Well, I'm just going to ask Steve, does the Keighley Volunteer Centre join this meeting, Action Point?
They haven't done since I've been here, but they do get an invite. I mean, Keighley used to run their own kind of network similar to this, but they stopped it a while ago. Yeah, I mean, they do get invited.
Right, no, that's okay.
And there's no reason why, you know, they wouldn't attend, especially because of, you know, Zoom now. So
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you.
Joshua, did you want to ask something?
Yeah, I did. I want to ask Steve about the amazing cricket that you mentioned. What time did you say, Steve? Sorry, on the 18th?
let me just check the date. It's 4:30. I know it's 4:30, so it's a 2020 game. So it's, you know, 20. Everyone who wants to bowl gets to bowl. If you don't want to bowl, you don't have to bowl. It's retire at 20. It's 4:30. Let me just check the date.
And what grounds did you say? Where's it going to be held?
It's the old bowling cricket ground, which I believe is West Bowling, isn't it? Just let me check the date. It is Thursday the 16th. Yeah.
Thursday 16th.
Thursday 16th.
July.
It can't
Yeah,
be
July.
Thursday's 16th is a Friday. Is it the
Thursday? It must be the 15th then. 15th. It's definitely a Thursday.
4:30.
4:30. Yeah. Oh, this sounds like there's a lot of interest here.
Thank you, Steve.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Anybody got any other things, questions, announce? Anyone like to announce anything or say anything in a short segment before we all go? Anybody got any news? Cool. Okay. Oh yes, more news.
Should we say a little bit about future meetings?
Yeah, I'm just about to do that bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just checking everyone had said what they needed to say at first. It's okay. Thank you. I'm glad I've got a psychic. Right, future meetings. We talked about this just before, and we're thinking that now the COVID sort of emergency and need to connect constantly seems to be sort of passing now. We're thinking of making these meetings a bit less frequent. So maybe once every 2 months rather than once a month. Does that, yeah, people are nodding. Does that seem sensible? Just so that, you know, it's lovely to see everyone, but, you know, you can over egg something, can't you? So it'll be nice to make it a rare but tasty event rather than all the time. So we could try doing that. Just do that if you think that's an okay thing. Just give us a wave. Yeah, cool. Okay, all right. Once every 2 months. Lovely. I'm glad you all agree. So we're thinking about making the next one sort of mid-September. It'll depend on my Freshers Week and whether I'm able to come, but I'll find out when that is and let everyone know. Provisionally, if all is well, it'll be Monday 13th provisionally. But I will confirm that by email, and if I need to change the date, I'll write it in bold, date change. But it should be fine. I think that should be all right for everyone. Steve and I have discussed the time. Is there less people at 11 in the morning on a Monday, Steve? I'm just wondering whether like 2 o'clock in the afternoon might be a better time. 11 on a Monday is a bit early in the week, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a bit intense.
I found it difficult, yeah.
It's a bit like Monday, whoa, straight to a meeting. Should we do it in the afternoon? What do you think? Just for a bit of a chat, see if we can get from a different group. I mean, you're lovely, but maybe we might get a few more people at 2. There's a lot of people have meetings on a Monday morning as well, with their management. So maybe 2. Is that all right? Is 2 o'clock all right for everyone? Okay, cool. Let's try and do that then. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on the 13th. And if it changes, I'll write a big note saying this has changed in the email. But otherwise, if you don't hear, then that will be 2 p.m. Monday 15th. We're looking at venues. Yeah, go on, Steve. You're going to ask.
I was going to say we're looking at hybrid, so you can either come to the meeting or attend via Zoom.
Yeah, and we might follow up on a few of the venue offers, or 1 or 2 of the venue offers that we had, depending on how things are with the old 4th wave. So we'll have to see. But so yeah, we'll let everyone know near the time. And that's it, I think. Cool. Right, I'm going to adjourn. Everyone okay? Really nice to see you all. Thank you for coming. Lots of information in that meeting. I hope some of it's helpful. And I think Rodolfo's going to send around all his slides, so that should be helpful. Yes, Steve.
Any ideas for themes for future meetings? Please let Ros or myself know.
We're looking for themes. Or if you know anyone that is a total superstar that would help you know, if they did a presentation, a bit like Rodolfo or anyone else, where you think it would benefit the group to talk about we had someone talk about refugees and volunteering in the past, for example. We had someone talking about younger people aged 14 to 18 volunteering in the past. Trying to think what else we've done. We've done training, different ideas for training and venues and different providers, ideas about what we want for us and our volunteers, that kind of thing. So if you've got any themes, any ideas, any things that you just think are really good to bring this up to see what anyone thinks, or raise it, just let us know. Don't be shy. Okay, all right, gonna go. Please go, everybody. Steve and I will stay. Okay, have a lovely week. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye everybody.
See you later.